true. Brown's paper, the Brown Daily Herald, also cut back production when they realized it was worth more as rolling papers.